Hi everyone, and welcome back to 80 Passione. Oh yes, I'm sweating. It's very hot here in the UK, and it was very hot in Paris on the Philippe Chatrier, 28 degrees, and Rafael Nadal had to work much harder than we thought in this first round playing against the Australian Alexei Popyrin. It took for the Spanish champion 2 hours and 23 minutes to defeat his opponent, and he went, Rafa, so close to lose the third set. I just would like to remind all of you that since 2015, when he lost in the quarterfinal against Novak Djokovic, basically Rafa only dropped 3 sets since then. In 2016 he just pulled out from the tournament, but since 2017 he lost 1 set with Dominic Thiem, 1 with Diego Schwartzman, and another one with David Goffin. But just let's rewind from the top. I think it was not very probably promising for Rafa just to celebrate his statue that he was realized by a Spanish architect or designer artist. Anyway, it's a massive, and it feels like if probably they made this statue, but Rafa is still playing. He hasn't retired, fortunately for all of us. But just let's rewind from the top, from the beginning. The first set started. Rafa was on serve, and already his first serve was a little bit up and down, and Popyrin was serving huge, like Rafa even said, at the end of the match during the on-court interview. So the first games, probably each player was studying each other. They met just a couple of weeks ago in Madrid. In that case, Rafa won easily in 2 straight sets, I believe, with the score of 6-2, 6-3, something like that. But in this case, Popyrin was serving very fast, above 210 kilometers, and I think it was very difficult for Rafa to find the rhythm. But probably the match changed on the 8th game, because Rafa was leading with a score of 4-3. At that point, Rafa managed to break the Australian player with Russian parents. They move to Sydney, where Popyrin was born. So after 38 minutes, Rafa could secure the opener with a score of 6-3. Even if he did 3 double faults, they were showing some statistics. His first serve in was quite healthy, 72% in, and probably I think Rafa was trying a little bit more to open the court. And in fact, it's not a coincidence that since basically the end of the first set and the beginning of the second, Rafa won 7 games in a row. In fact, he got an early break in the opening game of the second set, taking advantage of 4 unforced errors of the Aussie player. After, in the second game, Rafa managed to save a break point, and it was a very long game, 8 minutes long, and he finished that game with the style, with the serve and volley. So just very quickly, in just 20 minutes, Rafa was 4-love, leading even in the second, and probably everyone was considering that the match was going to end and finish very quickly, because it took only another 35 minutes for Rafa basically to win the second set with 6-2, finishing with an ace. But the third set, the story was completely different. Probably Popyrin, who is only 21-year-old, started to think, okay, I have nothing to lose, I'm gonna try, to hit very strong. And also they were showing that, fun enough, he was leading. He won 44 points and on the rally under 4 shots. Probably this tactic was paying back. In fact, he was massive and incredible on serve. He won 13 points in a row on his serve, winning the majority of the games to love. And in the sixth game, he managed to get a break. And the score was 4-2 in his favor. After, in the following serving game, again, another love game. And so at that point, he was 5-2. But because we always say, never underestimate the heart of a champion, in particular when Rafael Nadal is playing on the Philippe Chatrier. At that point, Rafa managed to win the following serving game to love. And after, in the ninth game, Rafa got the break. It was a very entertaining and thrilling game. Rafa saved basically 2 set points. I have to say, the first due to a double fault of Popyrin. The second due to a smash, the finish outside the Philippe Chatrier. Probably they're still looking for the ball. So anyway, Rafa, after 2 hours, when the clock was showing 2 hours and 1 minute, leveled the score on 5-all. In the 11th game, probably Rafa was not showing his usual killer instinct. The Aussie player saved 4 break points and he was leading, with a score of 6-5. In the following game, Rafa went 40 love up. Even Popyrin was shaking his head towards his corner, saying, I am 6-5 up and I can't, make even a 15. And after Rafa managed to level the score on 6-all, and when the clock was showing 2 hours and 15 minutes, both players went to the tie break to decide the third set. The tie break was probably on one side. Popyrin won the first point, but Rafa won 6 points in a row. The first 2 due to a smash and a forehand winner. And after, when Popyrin went on serve, he was producing a lot of unforced errors, probably got very nervous. He wanted to finish very quickly the rally. So a couple of forehand into the net, another, volley a little bit long. Rafa basically had 5 consecutive match points. Popyrin was good to save the first 2 on his serve with the 2 forehand winners, but after Rafa managed to win and he could celebrate after 2 hours and 23 minutes, it means basically 26 sets in a row won by Rafa here at the Roland Garros, win 101, oh yes, it's correct, 101 wins here at the Roland Garros, only 2 defeats. And it was funny the other day, yesterday when Medvedev won his first game at Roland Garros, he said, I'm going to start catching Rafa. And he said that he was quite relief, when he saw and he heard the umpire saying a game, set and match, Daniil Medvedev. So at this point, Rafa, in the next round, we play against Richard Gasquet. Richard Gasquet, who won in 3 straight sets today against the other Frenchman, Gaston. Gaston, who last year pushed Dominic Thiem to the 5th set. I'm quite relief because, Gaston is a player who is using a lot of drop shots. Probably even, when he has to go to the toilet, so it would be probably more tiring for Rafa. Rafa knows very well Richard Gasquet. They're very good friends even off court, and he's going to play this match on Thursday, on the day of his birthday, his 35th birthday. So fingers crossed for Rafa, to have like a happy ending of the day. Just looking at other results, Barty, the number 1 for the women, managed to win in 3 sets against Pera, the American, with a score of 6-4, 3-6, 6-2, as well as Svitolina won in 2 straight sets, 6-2. In the second, she was 5-2 down and she managed to win 7-5. Jennifer Brady, the runner-up at the Australian Open, won in 2 straight sets. And as well for the men, Karatsev won in 3 straight sets. At this point, I think probably can be considered the most dangerous player on these part of the half for Rafa, in particular, considering that Andrei Rublev lost in 5 sets against the German Struff, who was leading 2-0 after the Russian player won the third and the fourth, but in the fifth, probably the German was his day. His first win against a top 10 on court 14 that also has always been, you know, very probably not very lucky for the top players, in particular, you know, at the top of the ranking. Also, I'm quite relieved and very happy because Gael Monfils finally managed to win after so many months when he was going as well through depression, a very difficult time. He lost the first set with a score of 6-1 against the Spanish Ramos Vinolas, but after he managed to win the second with a tie break, a quite thrilling tie break, and after the third and the fourth with the same score of 6-4. So Gael could basically celebrate on the Suzanne Lenglen, who was completely going crazy. He was doing the Wakanda, you know, celebration. I really like Gael. He's probably the funniest player on tour. So well done. And today both him and Svitolina can celebrate for this incredible win. Just talking about depression, probably you all heard yesterday Naomi Osaka decided to pull out, withdraw from the tournament. She wrote, you know, a long letter. I'm not going to comment. I think it's a very personal situation. At the same time, the fact that, you know, she was sharing with everyone such a personal situation about depression, the fact that she's been suffering from depression since 2018. She's probably, you know, struggling to show her feelings. It's quite difficult. So she needed, you know, some time for herself. When they asked Serena Williams, who yesterday was the first player ever to play on a night session here on Roland Garros, in the press conference she was saying, I feel for Naomi. I wish I could give her a hug. Everyone is different and handle things in a different way. She's doing the best as she can. Also, when they ask, and yesterday Serena, with her win, she matched the number of wins of Roger Federer in a Grand Slam, 363. For both of them, chapeau. Hat off, you know, two incredible champions, incredible milestone for both of them. Muguruza instead yesterday lost a shocking defeat in the first round against the 18-year-old Ukrainian Kostyuk with a score of 6-1, 6-4. When they asked her about Osaka, she just answered, I just have no idea. I just came out from the court. That's not my business. I believe a lot of players probably are trying to be a little bit diplomatic, to take distance. I know if we look at the highest paid tennis players in the last 12 months, we see basically Osaka with $55 million just behind Roger Federer with 84. It's funny, Roger didn't play any tournament for more than a year and he earned 84 million, so all due to the sponsors. At third place we have Serena Williams with 35, fourth spot for Djokovic with 33, and fifth Nadal and Nishikori with 26. But at the same time, players are not robots. They are made, you know, of human feelings. So I think we need to respect each one of them. At the same time, just, you know, looking at Roger Federer, he was quite positive, quite confident after his win. He said it was very important to get into the routine, into the rhythm. When they asked him, how do you feel? Roland Garros is not your main goal. He said, you know, to see Danny Evans to beat Djokovic in Monte Carlo gave me a bit of motivation because, you know, I beat him in Doha. Of course, it doesn't mean that I would beat Novak. Probably he will win in straight sets against me, but I'm not that far from everyone. So we all know that confidence is so important in tennis, in any kind of sport, but in particular in an individual sport like this one. And now I just would like to finish this video about a player that proved to the entire world that there are battles more important than on a tennis court. I'm talking about Carla Suarez Navarro. Actually, now I can't wait when I finish this video to go and watch her match against the American Sloane Stevens. She just said, of course, after the chemo, the fact that I defeated the cancer, now I feel more tired than before. I'm very happy to be back one last time. All the people around the tour, you know, the players, the fans, everyone give me so much energy, so much courage. I would like to say, Carla, you have been inspiring for all of us. Like she said, I want to quit on court. I don't want to quit, you know, just through a statement. I am determined. I want to enjoy this tournament, and also she has a massive goal to play, you know, the next Olympics in Tokyo. So well done, Carla. I don't know where you find all of this courage. You are fantastic. And like even Rafa released a video in Spanish where he was saying, you know, all the respect that he has for Carla. I think, you know, these stories, they are definitely, you know, touching my heart, and I think this is the beauty of sport. That's all for today. As you can see, I'm sweating a lot, but it's super hot here in the UK, and also probably the adrenaline after one of Rafa's matches. That's all for today. Don't forget, subscribe to this channel, share this video with whoever is in love with tennis. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow the bottom half draw is back in action. We're gonna have Alexander Zverev, as well a very interesting Khachanov Nishikori on the Philippe Chatrier, and in the evening on the night session we're going to have the American Paul against Daniil Medvedev. Who knows now, after that he broke the ice and won the first match, if he's gonna be able to carry on in this tournament. Just stay tuned on 80 Passione. See you tomorrow. Ciao!